the Tower is the 16th trump or Major Arcana card in most Italian suited tarot decks. It is used in game playing as well as in divination. History. This card follows immediately after the Devil in all tarots that contain it, and is associated with sudden, disruptive, and potentially destructive change. Some early, painted decks, such as the Visconti Sforza tarot, do not contain it, and some tarot variants used for game playing omit it. Early printed decks that preserve all their cards do feature the Tower. In these decks the card bears a number of different names and designs. In the Minciate deck, the image usually shown is of two nude or scantily clad people fleeing the open door of what appears to be a burning building. In some Belgian tarots and the 17th century tarot of Jacques Viaduct copyright Ville, the card is called La Foudre or La Foudre, and depicts a tree being struck by lightning. In the Tarot of Paris, the image shown is of the devil beating his drums, before what appears to be the mouth of hell. The card still is called La Foudre. The Tarot of Marseille merges these two concepts, and depicts a burning tower being struck by lightning or fire from the sky, its top section dislodged and crumbling. Two men are depicted in mid-fall, against a field of multicolored balls. A.E. Waite's version is based on the Marseille image, with small tongues of fire in the shape of Hebrew yod letters replacing the balls. A variety of explanations for the images on the card have been attempted. For example, it may be a reference to the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, where God destroys a tower built by mankind to reach heaven. Alternatively, the harrowing of hell was a frequent subject in late medieval liturgical drama, and hell could be depicted as a great gate knocked asunder by Jesus Christ. The Minciate version of the deck may represent Adam and Eve's expulsion from the Garden of Eden. Symbolism. The tower is commonly interpreted as meaning danger, crisis, destruction, and liberation. Alternate decks. The Flemish deck by Vandenberg names it La Foudre. It shows a frightened shepherd cowering under a burning tree split by a bolt of lightning while sheep graze at its base. In Anne Rice Tarot deck the Tower card depicts Armand in the Vampire Chronicles. In X/1999, the Tower is Tokiko Megami and Choru Shiryu. In the Mythic Tarot deck, the Tower is depicted with Poseidon. In the Golden Dawn system it corresponds to the Hebrew letter P, and in the French system it corresponds to Iron. In pop culture, in the SNES video game Ogre Battle, The March of the Black Queen, the tower is depicted as an ominous-looking tower as lightning bolts strike it during a thunderstorm, yet there are no people jumping out of the tower. On drawing the tarot card after liberation of one of the towns, it lowers the character's alignment by 1 or 2 points, and summons an earthquake to damage enemy units when used in battle. In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a minor antagonist of the third arc of the series called Greyfly has a stand called Tower of Grey, an insect-like stand that Greyfly uses to kill people on mass transit. It was named after this tarot card, as it is representative of the end of a journey. The tower is a boss monster in the House of the Dead 2, where it is represented by a 5-headed Hydra. All of the bosses in the House of the Dead series are named after cards from the Major Arcana. In Shin Megami Tensei, Persona the tower is represented in Persona 3 by Mutatsu, and in Persona 4 it was represented by Shu Nakajima. It is represented by the Personas Chi-Yu and Shiva among others. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, divination instructor Professor Trelawney tells Harry that she has seen bad omens regarding the lightning-struck tower in her tarot cards. These omens come to fruition in the chapter of the same title, in which Albus Dumbledore falls from the highest tower of Hogwarts Castle after his death. In episode 184 of the long-running and ongoing anime Detective Conan Case Closed, the television prophet Negra Haruka predicts an ominous presence within the mansion and shows the tower card to the cast and audience. Her prediction turns out to be true as murder takes place within the mansion. In Exorcist, The Beginning, the female lead, Dr. Sarah Novak, deals out 3 tarot cards twice in succession. They are La Mort, La Maison Dieu, and Le Diablo, which basically spells out what is going on in the plot of the movie. In this instance the tower card is represented by the church that is being unearthed in a place where a church should not be, considering its age to be 5 AD and Christianity was not found in that part of Africa at that time according to fallen priest, Father Lancaster Merrin. References: A. E. Waite's 1910 Pictorial Key to the Tarot, Juliet Wood, Folklore 109:15-24, The Celtic Tarot and the Secret Tradition, A Study in Modern Legend Making, Gia John, The New Encyclopedia of the Occult, St. Paul, Minnesota, Llewellyn Publications, 2003, pages 489. External links.